Welcome to this video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to build your first platformer and the basic scene, and in the next episode I'm going to show you how to do the animation. So here we go. So the first step, we're going to create a thing. We're going to call it how to make a platformer game. We're going to put it in a certain area, and then we're going to make it a 2D thing to make our platformer. So then you hit create and you wait a minute. So now once you're in there, you need to go to the asset store, and then you need to search for Sunnylands, and then the first one that looks like a fox should be in here. Should look a bit like this. So the image should look like that. So what you need to do is we're going to go to Sunnyland, see artwork, environment, and then put back in here. Now we need to, so for our platformer we need a background. So we're going to change it to 5, 6, 6, and you don't need to change the Z because it's a 2D game. Now what we need to do is we need to go to, we need to right click, then we need to click 2D object, tile map. So now we have a tile map. So we should be able to create one. So what you have to do is you have to create a new tile map, and you go to tile set sliced. Then you click on this, hold shift, click on that one, and then drag them all into there. So first thing we need to do is we need to paint something. So we're going to make a ground, and we're going to put it right here. Now you can't see it yet because, we need to make a, first we need to click there. So now we need to go to back, we need to go sorting layer, add sorting layer, add background, then we put it up, then we add one called tile map and move it up. So now we need to go to the back, click background, go to the grid, tile map, click tile map. So now if we go to game, this is what we see. So now we need to add a character. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to sprites, player, idle, click on this one, hold command or control, depending on what. So now we're going to call this idle player. So now we need to go to idle player, 5, 5 again. So now we're going to move it to the starting point. So we need to do minus, wherever you want to get it on the screen. I want to do -8 and then -3 point. Yeah, 3 should do. So now we need to add component to our player. We need to add a rigged body 2D. So now we need to add another component. We need to add 2 colliders. So we need to add a box collider, and we need to add a circle collider. So first we're going to go to scene, click F, which zooms into the player. I'm going to click box collider. Now we're going to move it in so it's like this, just around the head. Oh. Yeah. Remember not to click off. So click, yeah, and then just drag them up. So we're going to go about here. Now we need to go to the circle. Now if we hover here, we can change the radius. And then we can change the Y. And then we can change it up. That. And we can change it up by like that. And now we're going to move it by 0.021. And now we have an item. So now we're going to get our tile map, click on this item, go to scene, I'm going to go up, and we want to add like something to jump on. So we're going to add a little thing here, a little thing here. You can put them anywhere really if you want. And then if we want to get rid of it because we made a mistake, we click on the rubber and we just get rid of it. So now we need to add the code. So the code's pretty basic. So we're going to do this for PCs and things like that. So what we need to do is we need to go to, first, because it's reasonable, we're going to go to here, create folder, scripts, then we're going to go into our scripts folder, create C# script, and we're going to call this player movement. So now we're going to open player movement, so once your preferred text editor is open, you need to create some public variables for your player movement. So we're just going to create some space. We're going to do public rigid body 2D. Then we're just going to call it RB2D. Doesn't really matter what you call it, but we're going to be using it later. Now we're going to do private move horizontal, or you could just call it horizontal. Doesn't really matter. Oh wait, we need to call it float. Float move horizontal. Okay, then we need to do a private float move vertical. Then we need to do a public transform. And we're going to call this transform. Transform. Okay, we also need to do a couple extra privates. Public, so we can change it. Public float speed equals 0. We're going to do about 2.0 f. Then we need to do a public jump height, and we're going to do about 10, or 8 or 9 would do, but 10 seems to be the best. Okay, then we need to go to the start, and we're going to do move horizontal equals get raw equals, so we need to do input dot get access raw. We're going to do horizontal. Then we need to do move vertical equals input dot get access raw vertical. So now we need to go to the update function, and we're going to do if input dot get key. Let's do D. We're going to do RB2D dot velocity equals speed input. Wait. New vector2. It's difficult to memorize all. Vector2 speed. So we've got our speed variable, so it's going to be 2. And then we need to do rb2d.velocity and then dot y. So now we need to do the opposite button. So we need to do if input dot get key A, then we need to do rb2d.velocity equals new vector2 negative speed rb2d.velocity dot y. Now we need to do the jump. So we need to do if input dot get key space, it's definitely called space, yeah, space rb2d dot velocity equals new vector2, and then we need to do rb2d dot velocity dot x, and then we need to do jump height. So right now we need to go to this area. So we haven't attached it to our player yet. So we click on player. We click on grid. Any of this? No. Not gonna load. No. Ah, there we go. So now if we click on player idle and we go to the, so we haven't added it to our script yet, but before we do this we need to go to our grid tile map, add collider. We need to go to tile map collider 2D. So now we need to go to the player idle. We need to go add, basically we just got to go to our scripts, go to player idle, drag player movement, get our rigid body, get our transform, and change the speed. So now if we play, then we should have this. Before we do that, we need to go to rigid body 2D, constraints, and Z, so it doesn't rotate. Now I need to go to here, and now we have a moving player that can jump. So we do have a problem, it gets stuck, so we need to go to here, we need to create a physics material 2D, we call this slippery, and then we're going to make the friction 0. And we need to add this to the circle, no, to the box collider. So we need to drag it putting in the box collider, and then do this. In the next episode of How to Make a Video Game, I will be showing you how to make a animation with it. So yeah, thank you for watching, and see you in the next episode.